The Cardinals, yeah, I agree with you, though. I think 100%. They were a team that I thought was a team that could go to the Super Bowl this year. The Rams, and the Bucks were the teams that we really thought the NFC could make it. And now it looks like the Packers have kind of taken their spot as that third team. I think maybe they got to show me, though, because I don't think they're going to make it at the NFC game. Anyway, not about the Packers. The Cardinals need a wide receiver for Kyler Murray because Kyler Murray looks like an average quarterback without just DeAndre Hopkins there. And he looked like a superhero for the first, 12 weeks of the season. So, yeah, when he was healthy. I don't know. That's what I'm saying, dog. How you feeling, Robson?
I'm feeling like you are just smoking every pound of weed in the possibility of California right now. What are you talking about? Kyler Murray was not looking like an average quarterback when he didn't have DeAndre Hopkins. He was looking like a guy that needed a star wide receiver, like any quarterback would love to have, especially at the level of a DeAndre Hopkins. He was still making plays. He was still showing that he is a generational talent with his legs. His arm talent a little bit iffy sometimes. His accuracy kind of dips up and down. But let's not forget, Kyler Murray, he is a star even without him. Now, what's going on these past couple weeks? I'll tell you what's going on. Their defense is still trash. I don't care what anybody says. Their secondary is god-awful. They cannot cover anybody in that secondary, and that is why I knew from the beginning that there was no way the Cardinals were a Super Bowl team. They are too young. They do not have the pieces in the secondary to be able to compete with that. Budda Baker is nice, but he is not a corner, and these cornerbacks stink for Carolina. They are awful. When you got Marco Wilson, who has a Florida Gator fan I don't even like to claim for his antics against LSU, when for some damn reason after we stop LSU, he likes to pick up a damn shoe and chuck it to about the 50-yard line because he's a dummy, I don't understand it. And Dalton, this isn't that kind of show. What are you doing? This isn't that kind of show.
Let's go Tigers.
We don't want to talk about that. Can I take you off the screen?
I'll put it on the big screen, though. We had to see that.
But seriously, in all seriousness, the Cardinals, they are just too young right now. They are a good football team with a lot of pieces in place that they could be absolute unbelievable in the future. But that defense, I think they should just spend every single draft pick on defense. And I don't know how high or low their pick's going to be, but I'm telling you, if a defensive back is available with their first-round pick, whether that be a guy like Ahmad Gardner out of Cincinnati, a guy like Ka'ir Elam out of Florida, you got to get somebody to cover these guys because these guys are just terrible. I'm sorry. Their secondary is just not good enough to hang with some of the high-powered offenses in the NFL, like the Rams, like the Chiefs, all those guys like that. I'm sorry to say it. Cardinals fans, you need to simmer down anyway. This is showing this. I'm sorry, but it ain't happening this year, and I knew it wasn't going to.
Yeah, I honestly 100% agree with everything you just said there, especially the point about the young. They're so young, which is not a bad thing, Cardinals fans. Like, that's a thing that a lot of NFL teams, I want to be clear, a lot of NFL teams are striving to do right now. The first half of their season, and bear with me, I'm trying it out, was like, and then the second half of their season was like, damn it. It was like, damn it. Okay, I hope you guys heard that. Anyway, my point is, they fell apart at the end there. It was awful. And being a young team, I think we see that a lot. Look at the Ravens a couple years ago. What happens when they went to the playoffs? When the Eagles won, and of course, me being an Eagles fan, I got to connect everything to the Eagles. But when the Eagles won, my point is they were an older team. Like, even though they had young players in positions that were excelling, Alshon Jeffrey, older receiver. Carson Wentz was a younger player, but Nick Foles, older player. All those pieces were older. You look at a lot of Super Bowl teams. Nowadays, they're built younger. I think olden times, it used to be the veteran QB has his team finally around him. Guys wouldn't leave for money back in those days, the good old days. And nowadays, it's tough. So, I mean, I'll wrap it up with this. I'll basically say I don't think that the Cardinals have a chance this year. I think being young, they don't. But they're going to be a fun team to watch in years to come.